That sounded dirtier than it needed to be.
No,
This
it
is.
sounded just as dirty as it needed to be.
I was going to ask, is this your first stream of mine you're catching? The following contains adult themes, coarse language, and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion and desire is advised. Hey everybody! Nice to see y'all! Welcome to the next taping, I guess, of I Spy with My Little Eye. I'm here talking with Ibiki. Do you want to shout yourself out? Let everybody know who you are, pronouns, that kind of thing?
Sure. My name's Ibiki. I'm a Demon Lord VTuber. My pronouns are he, him. Yeah, I don't have too much lore compared to like a lot of other VTubers, but for me in particular, what I say or what I give out when people ask is I came over to this realm to take over the world, but humans are squishy. They're too easy to take out. So why do
They
I? Why
are.
don't I do that? You know, it's no challenge. It's no fun. So instead, I play video games. I stream it. I suffer through that.
Yeah, killing people? No, that's too easy. Dark Souls? That's a challenge.
Oh my gosh, I did a Dark Souls stream back in February where I took a shot every time I died.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
How did you survive?
I didn't.
So, do you go by any nicknames at all?
Nicknames? There's a few. There's a few. Some of my regulars or my friends will call me Beaky, Biko, Ebi, but there's not really one in particular. It's just whatever anyone feels like calling me. As long as you don't call me late for dinner, I'm good.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, what platforms are you on?
What platforms I'm on? I'm on Twitch, obviously. I'm on TikTok as well as YouTube, but my two main ones would be Twitch and TikTok. I post a lot of edited clips as well as some um, TikTok specific content on there, but mainly Twitch.
Okay. That's something I've been branching into somewhat too. I mostly do the YouTube stuff. I haven't really touched TikTok, aside from losing
Heck,
hours in it.
oh, TikTok it's a black hole. I refused to get TikTok for the longest time. Ever since it came out, I just did not get it, and then I started VTubing, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should branch out a little bit. It's a rabbit hole. It really is.
It seriously is. You open up, I'm just gonna browse for 5 minutes. 4 hours later.
Yeah,
Rabbit
but I
hole never
recently
stops on
started.
TikTok. Yeah?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't stop. And I recently started branching out into YouTube as well. I posted some of my TikToks over on YouTube, and then I recently started making um, highlight videos of some of my streams to put over on YouTube. So that's something I've been doing more recently.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, excuse me. So, what inspired you to start making content?
What inspired me to start making content? That's a, a bit of a loaded question. So basically, I had not the greatest of childhoods, and throughout like a little hard portion of my life, it was the early YouTubers that got me through some tough times. Put a smile on my face whenever I was just like, you know what, I'm done with all this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they got me through that. They made me laugh at a time where I didn't want to laugh, and
But
through all
you needed
that,
to.
right, I needed to laugh even though I didn't want to. Through all that, it got me through it. It got me to better days, so to speak. And after the fact, I decided, you know what, I kind of want to be that for someone. If I could, put a smile on at least one person's face, I want to do that. So YouTube isn't as gamer friendly as it used to be, so I kind of just gravitated towards Twitch.
That's fair enough. It has really switched from gaming to being more video essay stuff. or at least the stuff
Mhm.
I'm on for YouTube.
Right.
So, how long have you been creating content?
On and off for about 5 years. I was actually a face cam streamer and YouTuber back starting in 2017.
Many
But
of
I
us
didn't.
were.
Yeah, a lot of people were. But I never stuck to it. I never stuck to it back then. I actually didn't start being consistent with things until I started VTubing back at the end of December. So honestly, when people ask me this question, I'll say 10 months. Not really any more than that. Even though I do have some prior experience.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of in the same boat. I did dabble in stuff way back when in the 2012 era of YouTube, though it was just machinima stuff, if you remember that.
Mhm. I do remember Machinima. I used to watch their videos almost daily before they just disappeared.
Oh, I know, right? But
Mhm.
I've only really been streaming for a little over a year now, almost a year and a half. So it's a mixed bag for me too with answering that one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people I talked to, a lot of the people I interacted with, had at least dabbled in YouTube to a certain extent. But
Or
most of them didn't
some kind.
actually feel
Mhm.
comfortable until they got VTuber models.
Yeah, it really helped with that. Hey, Darla, so you are a bottom. What's something you wish you were taught when you first got into content creation?
How to say no, or how to, be okay with not being okay, because you'll have those people that are really pushy, both people that want to collab and chatters, and sometimes it's okay to say no, things are getting a little uncomfortable, like distance yourself a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's a hard thing to do because being a streamer, being any kind of content creator, majority of us are people pleasers. We don't want to hurt somebody. We want to please them to the best of our extent. And it's really hard to say no, like, hey, chill out. You're getting a little, over the top.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty hard for a lot of people to just take a step back and take a deep breath. And
Hmm.
I understand the irony of that coming from an asthmatic.
You and I both.
Twinsies! So, how do you like to spend your free time not working on content?
Ooh, that is free time not working on content. What's that? So, like,
Me too
like,
these days.
right? Like any person that's just getting into content creation. I've got the day job, and then I come home, I work on content creation however long that takes. And if I do have a spare hour, I'll read some manga. I don't watch anime like I used to. I used to watch 11 or 12 seasonal anime a season. I haven't watched a single one this season, which is really weird for me. Because I used to be addicted. I used to be very much addicted to it. Um, but no, now just if I have a moment, I'll read.
Okay, that's honestly a pretty relaxing hobby to have outside of, you know, the fun of working on content all the time.
Hmm. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like it's rewarding, and I enjoy working on the content. But sometimes you just you want to throw your keyboard off the desk. I'm sure you get it.
Oh, 100%. I didn't start off all sparkles and perfection.
I
I
should
wonder
use
when I'll
that
get there.
phrasing. I need to use that phrase from now on.
You are more than welcome to. Is there a kind of content you've wanted to make or see but felt like it's too niche?
Um, Honestly, no. Um, just about everything you can think of is actually, at least in my experience, is breaking out into the mainstream, so to speak. I see a lot of VTubers nowadays, a lot of streamers doing Dungeons and Dragons related stuff. You have ASMR, you have comfy streams, just chatting streams, all kinds of stuff is just out there. I don't think there's anything really too niche nowadays. Maybe the exception to that would be retro gaming, which has a little bit of a lower viewership. But if you're into retro games, you really don't care so much about the viewership most of the time. So honestly, there's nothing that's too niche out there, at least that I've interacted with or seen. So nothing that I would say I've wanted to create that wouldn't be able to garner an audience if I did well enough.
Honestly, I'm of the same mind. That's exactly what I like to hear.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest project you've got working on?
I'm actually working on. I'm just about done working on one thing, and I'm working on another. So as a celebration, because I just recently hit 150 Twitch followers, I'm going to be doing a karaoke stream next Saturday, and I don't sing at all. So this is a forewarning to anyone that might be following me from here. Please don't go. Your ears are gonna bleed. After that, like I am actually putting together a D&D campaign to run for several people that I know. I put it out there for my community as well if anyone wanted to take part in it. I'm working on writing together the story completely home brewed, not anything pre-written. I like to write. One of my goals in life is to eventually be a published author, however long that takes. So I do enjoy writing my fantasy, my fiction writing, and I hope that I can put together something.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the 150. I wanted to say that, but I was getting too interested listening to you speak. But it really depends on your definition of a published author. Like, you want short stories sold to people? I do that. I'm a published author, but I don't sell on Amazon. I sell on a site called Gumroad. $0 or whatever people want to pay.
Fair enough. Well, my definition, or at least the goal that I'm working for, because again, published author is a published author regardless of where it's published. I know several people that have published, self-published, published through websites, so on and so forth. But the goal that I have in mind for myself, and I'm not saying this is the only goal that any writer should have, but it's the one that I have for myself, is to see my book sold at a bookstore, a fantasy novel at a bookstore, whether that be Barnes and Noble, a mom and pop bookstore, whether that be me getting published through a publishing company or self-published. I don't know, but that's the goal.
Honestly, I hope you achieve that. Everybody's goal is different, and that's honestly a pretty achievable goal, as long as you keep at it, and you're well aware of that.
Thank you.
So, if you could collaborate with any content creator, who would it be?
I laugh because there's a couple of people from my community in chat right now, and I know at least one of them is going to know why I'm saying this. But if you're familiar with Vox from Niji Sanji, I would love to collaborate with him, mainly because his color scheme is very red, white, and black. He's a demon lord, and he was announced right after I created the concept for myself, and I'm just like sitting there thinking, "Wow, I'm gonna look like I'm trying to rip this guy off."
Yeah, I totally understand that feeling. I mean, I do have some pull on Twitter. Maybe I can pull some strings. I can't keep a straight face on that one. Oh my god.
No, you're good. Oh man, no.
Another streaming friend of mine? No, this is, well, yeah, we're just becoming friends now, I guess. This is IbikiVT.
Alrighty. I could have decided if I want to say hi or howdy, so apparently I combined them.
I like to say howdy, but I do also like to mix it up and say hello there, because I like to pull out the Star Wars nerds that say General Kenobi.
Oh gosh, yes.
Where were we? Where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I could be a full-time streamer, full-time VTuber by then. I have auditioned for a couple of, or at least thought about auditioning, created the actual videos for, but not sent in for Niji Sanji to try and become one of their members. I never actually sent those in because I don't think I'm ready. I hope to be either somewhat mildly up there in the indie VTuber scene, or if I'm going to go corporate, I personally would want to go Niji Sanji. Also, another venture that I'm working towards is voice acting. I would like to be part of something, if it's not big, just something in general within the next 5 years. I know voice acting is a tough thing to get into.
Yeah, it really is. Sometimes you just got to make projects yourself to get those off the ground to really
Mm-hmm.
get into voice acting. It's something I personally want to get into too. I just never got around to creating the demo reel to start getting my voice out there.
Yeah, it's tough. I actually just auditioned for my first voice acting gig
Oh, yeah?
a couple weeks ago. I didn't get the part, but I got some good feedback, so I'm not too disappointed. I'm actually better than I thought I was going to be because I knew I wasn't going to get it.
Well, it's the practice that's worth the thing, and honestly, you never know. What's that phrase? You miss every shot you don't take?
That's true.
I mean, you applied to something big, I'll admit to something big I applied to, but I'm pretty sure I'll never hear back. I did kind of reach out to Shy Lily, see if she wants an interview, but I don't expect to hear back. She's a busy girl.
That she is. If you were to get that, that would be amazing.
Oh my
big,
god, that'd be a
Shy
dream
Lily
come
fan.
true. She is a big inspiration for me, honestly. What would you say is your favorite music genre?
Favorite music genre? I don't have one. Very weird for me to say, but I don't have one. I basically go by what I'm feeling. Whatever mood I'm in will really shape what music I want to listen to. I listen to just about every kind of genre.
Oh yeah? I've got... Excuse me. I've got most genres in my playlist, but I do tend to lean towards rock and metal.
Oh, that's some of my favorite as well because that's what I grew up listening to. But like I said, I'll listen to just about anything. One of the things that I've gotten more into lately, which is going to crucify me in some people's perspective, is country music.
Honestly, I've heard some good country. I've got country in my playlist. I've got a country rap song in my playlist. I can't believe I said that word, and it's true. Do you know
Yeah.
Do you know Theory of a Dead Man?
Oh, I do know Theory of a Dead Man.
RX, that song. Oh my god, I didn't know it was them until the radio host said it was them.
My jaw is on the ground right now.
They literally did country rap.
I know Theory of a Dead Man from Bad Girlfriend.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that song! I first heard it when I was like 10 or 11, and I was like, "Oh god, this is awesome!"
I heard that too, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is me."
Yep. Oh, that's great.
Shifting gears a little, what song would be played endlessly on loop in your personal hell?
Oh, I honestly, I can't off the top of my head think of a song that I. No, that's a lie. That's a bold faced lie. Barbie Girl, and I'll tell you why. So, a friend of mine had a karaoke stream about a month ago, and she talked me and two other of people in the community into singing Barbie Girl, and it is the most cursed thing ever.
Is there a
And
VOD?
there's not a VOD,
Ah,
but
but
I don't know if you've heard of Blurp. Blurp is something
when
like
you get the
sound
blurb.
alerts. It's a sound alerts.
Oh, yes, I have heard of that. I need to actually enable that extension. I haven't actually set that up.
Yeah, they turned it into a blurb. So now, anytime I enter her stream, I hear it, amongst
Oh,
other really sussy things that I've said.
they care enough about you to clip you out of context. That's lovely. I wish my chat
Yeah.
would do the same. That's not a hint. No, that is a hint. I'm too tired.
I mean, one of the things that this person in particular has taken into a liking is I have a redeem on my channel where people could redeem points to make me pick them up. And they have taken it to clipping every single one of those pickup lines because they're either so terrible, they're funny, or they're really over the top horny.
Oh my god. I gotta join your streams way more often. That is an amazing idea for a channel reward. I should really do that.
Oh, it's
I'm going
torture.
to homage that. That's what we do in the business. We homage things. We don't steal. Do you have a food that you like that not many others do?
No, not really. I think my food tastes are kind of normal. But then again, I honestly don't go out much. I don't touch grass. I don't talk to many people. So maybe I am weird. But no,
They're all a
I
little
eat.
weird.
I mean, I eat some of the like normal foods. At least I think it's normal. I don't eat anything too crazy. The occasional eggplant with ketchup on it. That's a joke. Uh, no, I don't think I have any
That's a joke.
weird tastes. Yeah, no.
If I stop by, I can hear Ibby bark.
No, you can't. They're lying.
Subscribed. Rung the bell.
No! Crap!
Everybody, we need to build this.
Oh my god.
You are under no obligation to do that on my stream. But, I mean, your stream is your rules.
Yeah, no, yeah. Hang on, let me take a drink and I'll bark.
Oh, we're blessed.
Oh god, this is gonna be so bad. I'm laughing too hard for this to be a good bark, so don't judge it too hard.
That means it's going to be a perfect bark. Deadass, that was legit good. Say thank you, chat. Seriously. Sounds like a standard YouTube outro.
Like a standard YouTube outro. Oh my goodness.
Free barks, let's go.
They're never gonna let me live this down.
It'll be forever engraved on the walls of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Plus whatever they chat or whatever they clip.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. What does your ideal breakfast include?
My ideal breakfast is actually kind of light. I'm not a big breakfast eater. I normally don't get hungry until around lunchtime. But when I do eat breakfast, it's very simple. A couple eggs, toast, avocado, and bacon. Very, very simple.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty good.
Mm.
I'm glad chat's thanking you.
That's good.
They listen to mama. what topic could you talk about the most?
What topic could I talk about the most? There's it depends. Like I have I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD or ADD something because I switch from uh focuses or like stuff that I'm like obsessed with constantly. Like one day I'll be like so in depth in my writing, like I want to write out the wazoo. I'll stop that and I'm like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to go start, working on some 3D modeling. I want to try to make a video game. After that, I'm gonna like, hey, I want to start learning how to draw. So I have a little bit of knowledge on everything. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I really embody that. So I could talk to you a little bit about anything, but I probably can't talk to you in depth about anything.
Fair enough. I'm actually pretty similar, aside from like a few niche areas, like obviously content creation, backend stuff. I can shop talk for hours, as well as Gundam. I can just keep on going. But everybody has their own stuff.
Fair enough. I never actually got into Gundam. I recently just started getting into like sort of like mecha anime and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Started with Evangelion, and then I started watching a little bit of Code Geass. I need to get it back into that because I put that on hold. And I always wanted to get into Gundam, but like there's so many movies, so many anime. I'm just like I don't know where to start.
Honestly, I can help you with that if you want to get into UC, or just if you want a self-contained Gundam series. There's plenty of those out there that you can just watch one series of and you got it.
Fair enough.
It's a pretty broad franchise, honestly. And I'm actually kind of the opposite of you. I've been all into Gundam, and I've been recommended Code Geass and Evangelion, but I've never gotten around to watching them.
If you like to be mind fucked, Evangelion is a good one.
I like to be the second part of that.
Fair enough. I personally haven't met a person that doesn't.
I've actually met a couple. Funny enough.
I mean, I believe me. I know they exist, but I personally haven't met anyone.
Yeah, it's a small portion of people, but they certainly exist.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say is the most interesting person you've ever met or interacted with?
I don't know about interesting. I can't really pinpoint anybody on that spectrum, of interesting, so to speak. But if we're talking about VTubing and content creation, I would say the person that has left the most impact on me is a good friend of mine who goes by TJ Arashi. Um, because he's the first person that I really met in my content creation journey that I started to interact with. And as I met him, I got introduced to other people, and from there just branched off. So I am leaps and bounds ahead of where I ever thought I would be had I not met him.
That's really sweet to hear. Honestly, I'm still in contact and friends with the first Twitch friend I've actually ever made, and that was over a year and a half ago, about a year and a half. I keep forgetting, it's been a while and starting to blur together at this point. But yeah, I'm still in her Discord. I'm actually still a mod for her.
Yeah, I mean, time flies. Like, I look back on it, like, I'm looking at the calendar right now, and it's September 9th. For all intents and purposes, I still feel like it's 2020, man. Like, I can't believe we're nearly 2023.
These last 2 years have just blurred together, and honestly, I wish I got into streaming in 2022. Or in 2020, not 2022.
I wish I would have taken the leap into VTubing much sooner, because I definitely feel more comfortable, being a VTuber than I ever did as a facecam streamer. And I remember distinctly remember in 2019, 2020, I was watching Neanners and thinking to myself, this is never going to pop off.
And then it fucking popped off.
I was so wrong.
Oh, chat's got a battle royale going. Good luck. But holy shit, did it ever pop off?
That it did.
We even absorbed XQC at one point. Ah! Go us. If you could have lucid dreams, what would they be about?
This is going to sound really stupid. Like, most people would say, like, hey, I want to be, like, king of the world or, like, have my wildest fantasies lived out. No, man, I want to learn shit. I want to, develop my skills. There's not enough hours in the day. I want to continue to learn shit in my sleep so that I can make my stuff when I'm awake better.
Why can't we just astral project already? Develop the technology, Bill Gates.
Oh, I just watched Insidious like this past week, and no, I don't want none of that. I'll be honest.
Chat, hugs for Mooney. I haven't actually watched Insidious.
Astral projection is a big underlying theme. So if you're into horror movies, I think it's a decent one. I'm not into horror, but that's one of the first ones that I've actually watched.
Yeah, I'm not the best at horror either. I might be convinced to do, like, a horror subathon or something, but I'm not going out of my way to play any horror.
See, I like to torture myself, and I like to let chat torture myself. I'm a bit of a masochist, if you know. So like in a moment, once we're done here, and I play Phasmophobia, I'm going to have Dixper on. So if you don't know what Dixper is, chat can actually cause things to happen on screen, like cause me to throw some of my stuff away, cause me to lose the ability to use my left mouse, cause jump scares on stream and on screen. They have literally gotten me killed time and time again
Oh my
by doing
god.
that.
I would... Honestly, I love having chat integration into games. It makes it way more interesting for me, at least.
It really does. I mean, my chat, like, I love them. I love them to death, but they love screwing me over.
They clearly
And
love you too. In a rough
yeah,
sort of way, it seems.
I'm not saying that's wrong, and I'm not saying I don't like it, but chill out sometimes.
Dixper is free. I should definitely check for that. I should definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm.
What story would you say has had the biggest impact on you?
What story?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a tough one. And it's gonna be a controversial answer.
I like
Very
controversial.
controversial.
Let's push
Now
boundaries.
I want to preface this by saying this story had a big impact on me when I was younger. I was 15 years old or something, 15 or 16, and I was reading this book because a friend had lent it to me. I was going through a rough patch in high school, and they lent me this book saying, hey, read this. This is going to sort of help you through this. And like nowadays, you look at that book, and I'm going to say the name in a second. You look at that book, and you're thinking to yourself, why the hell would anyone touch that? That book is 13 Reasons Why. Um, so I read that whenever I was contemplating doing the Unalive, and it honestly, as I'm reading it, thinking to myself, this is stupid. Why is this stuff happening in this book? I really started to sink in that like what I'm going through is not nearly anything significant. I can work it through. I can make myself survive. I don't need to unalive. So yeah, like that novel got me through the toughest of times, and I did watch the first couple of episodes of the Netflix series, and it was horrible. It was fucking horrible.
I can't say that I have watched that, but
I wouldn't recommend it.
I am glad that it did help you through such a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on your mind you feel should have more attention brought to it?
Um, Actually, piggybacking off of this and another answer that I gave earlier about how I wish I would have known how to say no and distance myself from awkward situations. Recently, I had a chatter who was, for lack of a better term, trauma dumping. And I don't know if it was actual trauma dumping or trolling, but one thing that is not said enough is we're content creators. We want to put a smile on your face, get you through those tough times, but we're not qualified to give you advice. We're not therapists. I would love to be able to help someone through that by talking them through it. I really would, but I'm not qualified to do so. There's many better resources that could actually help someone, and I don't think I can. If I would try, and actually have something go south, I don't think I could live through that.
No, it would be a very challenging experience to go through.
Hmm.
It's certainly not easy to reach out as often as one does sometimes.
Right.
But personally, for me, I've found it worth it. I obviously am not qualified to counsel any crisis situation. I push to tell people, call the crisis line if you need it. That's kind of why it's there. But,
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of the time, problems can be solved with just an ear to listen, and a lot of people don't really want to listen to that. They want to shrug off the bad and just keep the laughs. And I'm
Right.
happy to provide the laughs, I'm happy to provide the horny, but I'm also here to provide support for people. I do
Uh,
put supporter in my bio.
I agree 100%. My only thing to that end is there's there's certain things that, yeah, I'm going to support you through. Like you come into chat and say, you've had a bad day or something bad happened to you. Excuse me. Um, I'm going to, acknowledge it. I'm going to tell you, hey, man, you're going to be okay, or like, I'll listen to you, couple of chats. But if you start going too deep, like,
Yeah,
I can't help you there.
you don't really want to get into that kind of deep talk in basically most streams.
Hmm.
I'm
Like,
sure there are niche streams out there for that, but it's not really time or place in live stream chat.
right. Because, you and I hate to say it because it sounds really bad, but when someone does that, they're kind of making that stream about themselves. It ruins the experience for the streamer. It ruins the experience for anybody else who's in chat. And the streamer's there for everyone, not just one person individually.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that. Like, obviously, we want to take them seriously, but there are limitations to what's okay in a stream. We are, at the end of the day, entertainers.
Right.
So let's switch to something a little more fun. What
Fair
would
enough.
what would you say you rebel against? Super
Oh,
fun question.
no. So I rebel against. I would try to quote unquote destroy the status quo because the status is not quo. And if you got that reference, we could be friends. Just saying that for anyone. But no, like just like going outside of the mainstream, which isn't really like rebelling anymore because everyone does it. No one wants to be a quote unquote normie. People want to do their own thing. People want to live by um, their own lives, what makes them happy. And I've done a lot of things in my life that are considered oxymorons. For example, when I was in high school, I played a lot of sports, most of the sports. I was also in theater and student council, so I was that geeky nerd that could kick your ass if you needed to.
I was
So
like
like
that, but like a bigger kid, so they knew I could kick their ass.
fair enough. Uh, but yeah, no, like I always just like march to the beat of my own drum, and I try not to care too much about what people thought was the right thing to do. Um, One of the biggest things that I did that kind of just like solidified um, that I was not quote unquote normal. I was, that people would forever look at me and, know I was either strange or they knew I was into like, fandoms, anime, geeky stuff, that kind of thing. I
You
have
are
two.
a VTuber? I don't believe it. We're
No,
all
me
Giga Chads
never.
here.
I've got two half sleeves on my arms. I've got two half sleeves of anime. I have a Full Metal Alchemist half sleeve on my left arm and a Itachi half sleeve on my right arm.
Like actual tattoos?
Actual tattoos.
Okay, we gotta be besties now. I'm sorry, I'm adopting you. I'm your big sister.
There. Okay. Onessa.
What do you wish was illegal?
What do I wish was illegal? Well, I don't think there's anything that I wish was illegal. Just about anything that I would quantify as something that would fall under what I think should be illegal is already illegal. And I'm gonna explain that. It's like I don't care what anyone does. You do your own thing. You march to your own drum. If you're doing your thing and not affecting me, I am completely good with that. As long as you're not affecting somebody else, it shouldn't be illegal, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, people can take that into a lot of different ways. Drinking's not illegal. Drugs in some places are not illegal. Weed, for example.
Yeah.
But if you're taking that stuff, great. Do your own thing. However, if you take that stuff and you go and harm someone, what the fuck? Why? So, like, as long as you're doing something and not harming someone else, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, what's that saying? Your right to throw a punch ends at the tip of my nose?
Right?
Something like that?
I don't know about all that.
Essentially, it's as long as you're not causing harm to or direct harm to yourself or others, why should it really be illegal?
Mm-hmm. Right. And just to explain what I said, I don't know about all that. When you said, you're right to throw punch ends in my nose, I used to when I was a little bit younger and actually in like, fit, like actually like worked out. I used to do MMA, so like I didn't mind getting punched. But nowadays, you punch me, I'm like, I'm not gonna like it.
Jeez, I wonder if we're in the same weight class then. I'm 6'1". How about you?
Oh yeah. Oh, I am very tiny.
Oh, that wouldn't be a fair fight at all.
I am a short 5'6".
Oh, that's adorable. I should scale down your VTuber. What would you say is the weirdest way you've ever met somebody?
Weirdest way I ever met somebody. That's a good question. Weirdest way I ever met somebody.
He's having mic issues on your end?
I know it occasionally. I saw it like scroll through chat that
They were
my
saying the
voice started to get a
Robo-Beaky.
little robot-y. But I mean, if you can hear me fine, I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah, I haven't really been hearing anything too out of the ordinary, though we are calling directly through Discord, and
That's true.
it looks to me like the levels have been fine, but I mean, I can't balance my own levels live. That's kind of impossible. I have to guess. So, is he too quiet? Is he too loud? On to the question then, I guess.
Okay.
We're just gonna hope the VOD works out. So, weirdest way you met somebody?
Weirdest way I met somebody. I can't really think of anything too weird. I'm pretty sure there have been weird scenarios, but I met another VTuber that I'm really good friends with now. When he told me that it was going to be his job to come and get rid of me because he was a monster slayer and I was a demon lord, and I'm like, okay, bring it. He jumped into one of my Dark Souls streams, and I jumped into his no pun intended Jump King stream, and we've been friends ever since.
Intend your puns. I like them. Just occasional distortion. Okay, it's probably just Discord fucking with us because they hate VTubers.
They really do.
Like a direct plot against us. It's totally legit.
Mm-hmm.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Discord, don't ban us.
Please. Twitch, no ban.
I had to say that at least once a stream, and I hate that.
Oh my god. If I had a nickel for every time I had to say that, I'd probably have like 40 cents.
Oh man. And like I have like some younger members of my community. For like younger, I mean like, just over 18, 19 years old.
Okay. So yeah, still babies.
Yeah, still babies. Me, I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. And
I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20, so.
Fair enough.
By 1 year.
So basically, like I will tell them, like, if they're ever in voice chat with me, like, you are a literal child, and then I'll pause. I'm like, wait, hang on, they're over the age of 18. Twitch, don't ban me.
I don't think it would actually be Twitch that would moderate that. It would be more of what you actually say on your stuff. It would be more of the Twitter mob canceling you for minor interaction, I guess.
Oh, all I know is that I saw one VTuber in particular who jokingly made a joke that they were under the Twitch age per TOS, and they had their account banned for 2 months.
That's actually really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't joke about being a minor. I will ban you from my Discord. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. Like I do the same thing. If I catch on that someone's a minor in my Twitch chat, they'll be banned. In my Discord, I'm a little bit more lenient, but I do have certain channels that if they respond to certain rules that give them access to those channels, I will ban them.
Are you kidding? The sound effect didn't play? Yeah, we definitely got to make sure we monitor our communities for minors.
100%. Amongst the streamers that I hang out with, because the majority of them are VTubers, but there's a couple of facecam stringers that we're friends with. They have not simultaneously, but unanimously agreed that I am the most degenerate and horny person in the friend group.
So we will be great friends.
Yep.
I think I just found my stinger clip for this video. What would you say is the most amazing natural occurrence you've ever seen or witnessed?
Natural occurrence. What do you mean by natural occurrence? I don't know how to answer that.
Like for me, it's the aurora borealis.
I see. Um, I went to a dude ranch one time when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh.
out in the no, out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded like in a valley type area, completely surrounded by a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and no lights for 20, 30, 40 miles at night. So just able to look up at the sky and see the stars like you can't anywhere else. No, not in the suburbs, definitely not in the city. It was just the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. However, I wouldn't do it because A, I ran into quite a few mountain lions, and B, I'm not a big fan of bugs.
Fair enough. Bugs are icky. Also, red-eyed. Yeah, you'd probably get along with him pretty damn well. We get along well enough. Would you ever try space tourism if given the chance?
Um, I want to say yes. However, I don't know. I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to heights. Like I take a couple steps on a ladder, look down, and I'm like, crap. I am 5'6". I am not meant to be high. I am not meant to be tall.
Fair enough.
However, like if I don't see myself going up, if I can't look out the window and see like, oh crap, I'm a long way up, then I'll be fine.
Yeah, because once you hit that 0G, you'll probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, or what would you say you resent paying for the most?
I resent paying for. Um, that's a good question. I don't think there's anything that I really resent paying for that, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. I know for a fact I have been scammed a couple of times as a naive kid. I say kid, but I was 18, 19 years old. So a baby. um, just donating to certain things that I thought was charity, which wasn't charity. And it just got scammed. So now I'm a lot more hesitant when it comes to donations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really gotta check out the places that you're actually doing charity streams for.
Mm,
Because, like, yeah, the charity will also reflect on you, not only you on them.
right.
What workers would you say have the worst jobs?
Workers. Um,
Yeah, I agree, workers have the worst jobs.
I'm not. I think everybody has a hard job for themselves because no one really knows the struggles that you go through except for you, except for the people that work in your job field. Now you look at people that are working construction. It's tough. Like it's manual labor. There's a lot of stuff going on. You can get yourself hurt, seriously injured, so on and so forth.
Yep, I'm a
Um,
construction worker.
Oh yeah, well you know better than anyone.
Oh
Then
yeah,
in that case,
did my
however,
mic just max out? What the fuck? Yeah?
or like in like other aspects, um, retail, any kind of hospitality, any kind of customer service. A lot of people are very entitled and will treat you like crap because you're not a person. You're just there. You're there for them. So it's a lot more straining mentally than physically, but it's a lot of strain. And customer service can expand a lot further beyond the realms of what people normally think of, such as like retail, such as restaurant, hospitality, hospitals. Their customer service. Um, all kinds of anything. Anytime you're interacting with someone to do your job, it's more than likely customer service. And anytime you're
Yeah.
interacting with someone, you're opening yourself up to take the brunt of something if that person chooses to lay it on you. And for majority of the time, you're going to have to just sit there and take it unless you go postal.
And we don't really want people doing that.
Right.
In fact, we're trying to figure out how to stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Only there were ways to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm drawing to the very last question here. Would you be interested to opening Q&A to chat if they had any?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. So while they start thinking of their questions, if they have any, what things in your life are you grateful for?
It's going to sound extremely cliche. But
I'm
my
a walking
friends,
cliche.
my
I'm a
family.
succubus Vtuber.
I mean, everyone loves a good succubus.
True, everyone does love a good suck.
Exactly.
Ubus.
Got to give them the glug glug 9000.
And I'm perfecting my art.
But no, my friends and my family. I am very indebted. I know words. I am very indebted to them. They've gotten me through some tough times, especially more recently as well. And I don't know where I'd be without them. To that extent, I'm a very chill person. I don't really get angry that often, except for last night. People saw me mauled while playing Uno. But the majority of the time, I'm very chill. I don't get angry unless you attack a friend or a family member. Then we're gonna throw hands.
Yeah, that's totally fair. If anybody comes after my family, hands will be thrown. That sounded dirtier than it needed to be.
No, it sounded just as dirty as it needed to be.
I was going to ask, is this your first stream of mine you're catching? Humble Hedgehog's asking, do you pour cereal first or milk?
I pour the cereal first, then the milk, then I grab the bowl.
That's a good plan. We didn't even think of that, Hedgehog. Look at us just wasting milk and cereal. I expected better. Second, actually? Oh, fair enough. If we got very angry playing Uno, this do be true. Are you competitive?
I am very competitive. Like I said, I played a lot of sports as a younger person. I love competition, and for the most part, I was very chill during Uno. But I didn't realize we had been playing for Uno for more than 3 hours on stream. So my competitiveness had really started to boil up.
Yeah, I can imagine that. It does get stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Also, welcome, Demon. Demon Dragonix. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. Finally, a normal human being. Wait, there's a normal human being here?
Am I a normie?
Good lord.
I guess it's time to graduate.
I guess I gotta go looter.
We don't talk about those, Ivory.
Oh my, you're cute when you're flustered.
I appreciate that. So yeah, we were playing Uno with punishments. So the loser of each round had to do a punishment per a wheel spin, and there was a couple where we had to woo or bark on command.
Oh, okay. That sounds like an actually pretty fun rule to have.
It was not. I mean, it was really fun at first. Now they all really hated it when it got to the. They all really hated it when it got to the talk like a cowboy. Because if you've ever seen the meme of the voice actor for Arthur in Red Dead Redemption 2, where he had to redo his lines because he made it too sexual, that's basically what I was doing.
Oh my god, I hope that doesn't stop me from getting any voice acting work. Our Valley Girl bits were top tier, though. Please
We
tell
did
me
have
there
to
were
do Valley Girl
clips.
clips. I don't know if there are clips. There might be clips.
I would hope so. Jeez, it really does seem like your chat loves you.
I don't know about that. They just love to torture me.
Carla making me stretch. I actually needed that. I was hunching a little. We can go back and get clips. You can. You certainly can. Oops. In terms of questions, do y'all have any more? Going at this about an hour. That's a little average. Little under average. Not judging, not comparing. It's just as tasty.
Hey. It's not about the size. It's about the
How
quality.
you use it. The quality. We said the quality,
okay.
right?
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, Moody is my mod. Or one of them.
Oh, okay. They seem to have a good connection to you. Or at least a good familiarity. Mooney got a question. God, I just love taking a drink as a...
Man, almost spit take.
I think that answers your question there, Ivory.
I do not identify as a bottom. I actually recently took my BDSM test again, and I am a top now, so fuck you.
I still haven't taken one of those. I'm being rude to chat. I'm holding out till I hit 500 on Twitch.
I've retaken one every 2 months.
I guess once I do that first one, I'm probably going to be doing it regularly. Let's see how much I change. Answers are always the same. What change would you like to see in the VTubing community?
That's actually a really good question.
That is a very good question.
You surprised me, Mooney. That's the biggest one, and
I'm going to add that to my list.
Mainly because of recent circumstances, is the whole concept behind the model being the main factor. Like, yeah, a good model is going to bring in viewers, but you shouldn't write someone off because they don't have a good model. Not everyone can, put money forth towards a model. Doesn't mean that they're not a good quality streamer. Doesn't mean that they're not a good entertainer. Vice versa, someone could, put forth $2 or $3K towards a model and be a crappy human being. You don't want to watch that.
Yeah, there's plenty of those out there too.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to be pointing any fingers. We don't need to cause any drama.
Nah, no drama.
Good Lord, those streamers do it themselves.
That they do.
It's like what they feed off. Actually, no, that makes sense. Drama gets clicks and they're here for money.
There's only one person that I go for in terms of drama, and that's because he doesn't cause the drama. It just sort of happens to him, at least from my experience, and that's like Nuxtaku. He just kind of does his thing, and then drama happens to him. I'm just like, yeah, it's about right.
That was the naked for Nux hashtag, right?
Yes! He had nothing to do with that. It just came out of nowhere. Case in point.
Oh my god. I had seen like 1 or 2 TikToks of his like months ago, and then out of nowhere, these days I'm being a lewd tuber and I see naked for Nux. Oh, I like naked. Check the hashtag out. Oh my god, it's that guy. What does this have to do with naked? And it's just him. No, why are you doing this to me? And everybody getting lewd.
I mean, lewd is good.
Lewd is fun. And no, not all of us are here for money. I mean, I currently have no ads on my YouTube content, and I intend to keep it that way. The only way I really fund my platform is through tips that chat gives me at their whim. I don't push for them, and I have a Patreon that I ask as little as $1 a month, and they get early access to lewd pictures. But like after a day, they're free anyways. I don't like paywalling my content.
Yeah, I'm of a similar mindset. I I even though I do have ads on my Twitch, I didn't disable them. I try to keep them as minimal as possible. I monitor them throughout stream so that
Wait, you can
it
disable
doesn't.
them?
Yeah, you can disable ads.
I
I've
thought
had a
that was
couple of
just the
friends
ad
that disable
manager.
them. No, apparently you can disable ads entirely and just like not get any revenue.
Good, because I don't need
But
that fucking $3.
yeah, no. But no, I keep them on there because for myself, I'm trying to get the money back that I put into this model. Like I didn't spend an enormous amount of money, but I did. Bottles are not cheap.
Fair enough, yeah. I can imagine that might have cost you a pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are looking for inspiration for a free model, hey there, I made mine for free in Vroid Studio.
My first model was actually Vroid. I just was really bad at the software.
Mine was a pit crew.
Oh, I've used PitCrew many a times. That's actually kind of fun. That's Vroid Studio and PitCrew, all that kinds of stuff is actually what sparked my interest in like graphic design and possibly expanding to 3D art.
Yeah, I'm actually really diving pretty hard into the 3D art, giggity, and I've been really enjoying it. It's like, I don't need to redraw stuff, because I'm terrible at that. I just take my model, and then put her in different poses, and then take a picture. Maybe change the background. But that's like how I made all my emotes, and people like them. I like them. Okay, where the fuck are ads? Have a good night, Hedgehog.
Sleep well.
I'll have to go find that later. But anyways, this does seem like a pretty decent time to call it here. Unless you really got anything else you'd like to bring up? Anything else you'd like to mention? Shoutouts you'd want to give?
This guy Mooney, I'll shout him out. Mooney VT. He's coming back for a stream tomorrow because I dared him to off of one of the punishments for Uno. He does not stream even though he should. Dude's a great friend and should be streaming more than he does.
Gave a little shout out to Mooney. Go check him out. Ah. Can I follow through Chatterino? I can find... Ah. I can. Why is chat mad at Bish? B-I-S-H. I've said worse stuff. Ivory, you're fine. Hydrate. I will do that. So, for the end of the video, would you like to give a little, or shout yourself out one more time?
Sure. Again, my name's Ibiki. I'm a Demon Lord VTuber. I'm going to be streaming Phasmophobia after this. And next weekend, I'll be doing a karaoke stream. If you want your ears to bleed or you're a really big masochist, come watch me because your ears will bleed.
I actually really hope I can catch that. I love karaoke.
Oh, it's going to be so bad.
Oh my god, I should do it myself. Alrighty, I guess I should let you get off to, whatever you want tonight. But to your stream for now.
All right, well, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
This has been an absolute pleasure to chat. If you ever like to come on stream again, I do keep my Discord open. When I'm not in an interview, I like to hang out in general VC, and people are free to join me.
Okay, I'll have to look into that once I'm through streaming.
I won't be streaming again till tomorrow, and then probably not free until like afternoon sometime.
Okay. Well,
but we'll see how things go.
All right. Again, appreciate you having me, and you have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Likewise.